How's it going, guys? Welcome to today's video where we're going to be talking about your weaknesses. How to identify them, how to address them, how to push forward. If you want a well-rounded aesthetic physique, whether you're a guy or a girl, then you're always gonna be only as good as kind of your weakest link. It's great if you've got big chest, big arms, but if you've got little twiglet legs, if you want a well-rounded physique, you need to cover all the bases, okay? The other thing is that if you've got weaknesses, no doubt that's where injuries are gonna happen, if and when they're going to happen, so you don't want to be held back with injuries. It's not fun. The other thing is it's going to actually help teach you a bit of discipline that will carry across into all kinds of stuff. But if you can be disciplined enough to face your weaknesses head on, attack them, turn them into strengths, all that fun stuff, then you are going to be a bigger, better person for it. So there's reasons why. Now, how do you identify what your weaknesses are then? So, what do you avoid? What do you go out of your way every week to just about run out of time, to not have time to train that body part? And normally, yeah, it's the thing, you don't like training. Most people don't like their weaknesses, therefore, the weaknesses get left behind, put to the bottom of the pile. And the other thing is, are you getting injured, or have you got a recurring injury? The likelihood is if you've got a recurring injury, it stems from there being some kind of weakness in your physique, in your training at the moment. There's a weak link there that needs to be strengthened. So those are your dead easy ways to identify where your weaknesses are. So how do you get to work on them then, okay? So first thing you need to do, train them more often, simple as that. It doesn't have to be crazy complex exercises, but you need to use that muscle group or that form of training or whatever it is more if you're going to get better, stronger, fitter, more able in that area, okay? The third thing you might want to do is ask for some help. It might be a trainer, online coach, maybe just someone who knows what they're doing in the gym. There's no harm in ever asking for advice. Have an open mind and seek out advice rather than just kind of shooting blind all the time, okay? So there you go, there's why you need to start working on your weaknesses, how to start working on them. Some of mine, something just so I can give you an example, I guess, of like what I'm talking about. For me, hamstrings and glutes has been a weak area for quite a long time. To be honest, legs as a whole was a weakness for me. The last few years when I really got into my weight training through playing years of football, my first few years of training in a gym was a lot of upper body, so my legs kind of got left behind. And yeah, specifically hamstrings and glutes. Like I say, I think playing a lot of football developed my quads, more so than my hamstrings and glutes, so that's an area I'm playing catch up with. I'll try and play some clips over the top of this. So you ain't just looking at this all the way through. Just to show some of my exercises I'm using at the moment. I'm doing quite a lot of single leg work as well, both for hamstrings, glutes and for quads as well. My right quad is actually a lot weaker and there's less muscle mass than my left. And again, it comes back to football. I was very left side dominant, so I've got years of catching up to do to bring that right leg up to par with my left. So yeah, single leg extensions, single leg hamstring curls, and on hamstrings and glutes specifically, lots of hip hinging movements, so things like Romanian deadlifts, good mornings, all this kind of stuff really. And yeah, I'm doing that a couple of times a week compared to other areas that are my stronger areas, like chest and arms, which really I probably touch just once a week, yeah. That's a bit on my weaknesses and what I'm trying to do, just so you've got a bit of an example. And yeah, think about where you're at, think about what's strong for you, what needs bringing up, and then start mapping out how you're gonna actually do it rather than hiding under a damn rock and doing nothing. All right, because remember, you're only as good as your weakest link. In everything, not just your physique, but yeah, your weaknesses will always tell people a lot about you. So get to work on them, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.